Figure if I make it loud enough, you'll bid for it now and we'll all leave really quickly. Well, a very good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Every once in a while, something truly remarkable and unique comes up for your consideration in this area, and I don't think there's a person here today that argues that this is not that home. Well, a very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tom Grieve. I'll be taking us through the proceedings here today. Assisting in the crowd, of course, my marketing colleague, Jerry Setiardi. Many of you would have had the pleasure of meeting him over the last few weeks. Thanks, Matt. Company director and audio technician, Matt Hurlston, and Josh Hommelhoff. And together we're representing Ray White Estate Agents, auctioneers and property managers of 276 Woornack Road in Carnegie. On behalf of the team at Ray White, but more importantly, on behalf of our vendors here today, I'd just like to say a very quick thank you to you all for your attendance. It's a very exciting and somewhat sad day for our vendor, having been in the home for 21 odd years, having raised his kids here. It's a big day for them, and we'd just like to say thank you once more for making the time out of your day to come along. To any of the interested buyers here today, all the very best with your bidding. To any of the underbidders, commiserations in advance, and we'd love the opportunity to help you find another property in just a few moments' time. Now, today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of today's auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for the property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price, and as the auctioneer today, I can indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits any major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it does provide fines for this conduct. The rules do permit vendor bids, and the words we'll use during the auction to indicate we're making a bid on behalf of our vendor here today will very simply be vendor bid. And of course, by law, only I as your auctioneer today have the right to place that bid on behalf of the vendor. Attached to the contract of sale is the Section 32. We have had it on display for the last half an hour or so. And for those of you who have taken the time to read through it, you'll see that it does confirm that Ray White, as the vendor's estate agent, is selling what is formally described as Lot 1 on Title Plan 079769A. Of course, more commonly known to yourself and I, number 20 Woornack Road here in Carnegie. In a moment's time, when we do call for your bidding, we'll be asking for a 10% deposit. That's payable upon signing of an unconditional contract, with the balance due. Preferential terms, 30, 60 days time. We're obviously very flexible, 90, 120, perhaps even 150 if it helps you bidding here today. We're not in a hurry, but having the property sitting here seems like a crying shame, and we'd love to get you in there to enjoy your summer with that beautiful north-facing backyard. On signing of the unconditional contract, as I said, a deposit equal to 10% of the purchase price is payable, with the balance in flexible terms. Now, if you are a first-time auction attendee, which I strongly doubt, but if you are a first-time auction attendee, to place a bid, simply shout out your bid in a nice, clear voice. Nod of the head is fine, or seek assistance from Jerry, Josh, or Matt in the crowd here today. The way that we'll be selling the property, I imagine, should be very familiar to you all. We'll call it down 3 times. On the first, second, third, and final call, when the contract hits my hand, like so, the property will be sold. And at that point, no late bids can or will be accepted today, buyers. So it's essential, if your intention has been to come here today and try and secure this property as your own, at the end of the proceedings, that you do hold the highest bid. Now, if we happen to fall short of the vendor's reserve price, it's equally important to hold the highest bid still. Because if you do have the highest bid, it means you get to come inside and exclusively negotiate one-on-one with myself at the vendor's terms, whereas everybody else has to wait outside. If we don't get any bidding here, obviously it means that we put one buyer over here, another buyer in the backyard, and it's essentially a competition. It's an auction without the transparency. So it's very important that you're bidding and you're digging deep to give yourself the best position to buy what is such a lovely home for this area. Well, folks, as I said before, every once in a while something truly unique comes up. 930 square metres, north-facing, dual crossovers. Before we even get into the house, this is a truly remarkable piece of land. There's still plenty of life left in this house. But perhaps if you're thinking ahead of the future, there's also plenty of development potential on such an unusually large parcel of north-facing land in this area. Only having a frontage under 16 metres, but still having the 2 crossovers, means you've got a depth which we're not used to in Carnegie. The house is substantial, but there's still so much space in that beautiful big backyard. It's just crying out for a swimming pool and to a large family to occupy it and fill it up and enjoy it. I can imagine the amount of 18ths and 21st that must have been enjoyed in the living areas of this house and spilt out into that backyard there. It truly is a family entertaining style home. The house itself, well, it was built in 1992, I'm told, by an Italian concreter, and it looks to me as though everything has been done to excess. When you go through there, homes just weren't built like this in 1992. They're not even built like this today. In fact, since my owner secured the house in 1998, he's done very little to the house. Yet you walk in, and it's almost as if somebody's come in and reconditioned the house back to its former glory. It is perfect in every way, shape and form. There is nothing to do, but there's still plenty of value to be added to such a unique offering. Make no doubt about it, if you had a brand new 50 square home or something that was renovated to the absolute nines on a block of land of this size, it's going to fetch close to $3 million. On Leela Road, in fact, just around the corner, they're attempting to do just that on a 600 square metre block of land. It really is a great opportunity for one lucky buyer here today, ladies and gentlemen. 3 metre ceilings downstairs. As you walk through, it's got a very unassuming staircase that takes us up to the second floor. And then when you get there, what an exceptional place for a teenager's retreat or something along those lines. Perhaps if there's 2 families that wanted to live in here, there's a wealth of opportunities that you could work with the floor plan. Perhaps you could put in a 5th bedroom upstairs. There's certainly the space for it, but the house has clearly been built to the needs of the original builder. Absolutely fantastic in every way, shape and form. The qualities and fixtures are second to none, even by today's standards buyers. So I'm not going to ramble on with it all, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we're going to put it across to you now. We'll call for a fair, reasonable start. 20 Woornack Road, Carnegie. In your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to get us underway here today? Don't mind the start. Always the quietest part of an auction. 175, I'll take it at 175. There's your competition. We will call for a rise at 50 if we could. At 1.7.5 the bid now. Can we say 1.8 buyers? At 1,750,000 the bid. At 1.75 we've got. We'll look for a rise of 50. Take us to 1.8 now buyers. 1.75's the bid. At $1,750,000, we'll call it down 3 times for you. 1,750,000. First call now at 1.750. 1.8 can we say? Rise of 50. Second call now at 1,750,000. Third and final call at $1,750,000. I'd suggest, given Gilzane Road on the weekend selling close to 1.6 million just for land value, at 175 for a block of this size should almost just be the land value, ladies and gentlemen. What are we going to pay for the house here? At $1,750,000 is a bid. Can we call it 1.8, ladies and gentlemen? In your hands. Who wants to roll the dice and give it a go? 1,750,000, fairly bidden offered here at 1,750 is the bid. First call now at 1,750,000. Can we call it 1.8, ladies and gentlemen? Second call now at 1,750,000. For the third and final call at $1,750,000 the bid. Happy to take a smaller increment if it helps you, ladies and gentlemen. At 1,750, where do we need to go from here to keep you in it? 1.8, thank you very much. At $1.8 million, there's your competition now, ladies and gentlemen. Back to you, sir. Can we say 1.85? We're very flexible here today. 30, 60, 90, 120, what do you need? At $1.8 million, there's your competition. Do you need a longer settlement? At $1.8 million is the bid. At $1,800,000, we're fairly bid and offered. We'll call for a rise at 50 buyers. At 1.8 is the bid here on my left. Can we call it to 1.85 now? At $1,800,000 I've got. Property range 185 to 198. Still exceptional buying here today. $1.8 million a bid. 185 would be the smart money from here. At $1,800,000, we'll call it down 3 more times. $1.8 million is the bid. First call now at 1,800,000. Second call at 1.8 is the bid. Third and final call at $1.8 million. 825. Would that help you keep in it, sir? At 1,825,000, can we say? 8.25. What's it going to take? Name your rise from here. 1.8's the bid. 1.825, can we say, ladies and gentlemen? Gentle rise of 25. Get yourself back in the box seat. At $1.8 million we've got. Rise of 25 can I ask for? Last opportunity for you all at $1.8 million. Fairly bid and offered on my left at 1.8. First call now at 1,800,000. 25 can we say, buyers? 25 in the rise. Second call now at 1.8. Third and final call at $1.8 million. 25, can we say, ladies and gentlemen? Where to from here? Well, folks, I'll just give you all one moment of your time while we quickly have a chat with our vendor. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience. At $1.8 million, there's your highest bidder. My instructions are very clear. At this stage, we're still dealing exclusively with the highest bidder. But we won't be placing a vendor bid in excess of this level. So if you do think that we might come in and place a bid and you're just going to be competing with us, that's not the case here today. You're competing with this gentleman and this gentleman only at the moment. No more vendor bids from me, and it's all on you from here. If we do fall short of the vendor's reserve, it's him that gets to come inside to sit down and exclusively negotiate one-on-one and hopefully buy this property in a few moments' time. Now, just so you know, since July of this year, which is really when the market started to pick up, in over 80% of the cases that we're casting a property to the highest bidder, they've gone on and bought it that day. So if your situation is that you're thinking you might sit back and just hope that he goes inside and negotiates and doesn't buy it, and perhaps you can come in afterwards, you've probably got a 20% chance based on our numbers for the past 6 or so months of that happening here today. So at $1.8 million, no more vendor bids from me, ladies and gentlemen. There's your competition. We'll call for a rise of 25. Who wants to take us to 1.825 now? At $1,800,000 on bid, looking for a rise of 25 buys at 1.8 the bids here. $1,800,000 on bid. We'll call it down 3 more times for you at 1.8 the bid. First call now at $1,800,000. Second call now at 1.8 the bid. Third and final call. All done. All silent. All finished. I think the property deserves your spirited bidding, ladies and gentlemen, but out of respect to the highest bidder, this will be the last call at 1.8 million. If our rise is too ambitious, you tell me. 181, can I entice you in for the 10 buyers? 1.8 is a bid, 181, can we say? $1.8 million on bid, a rise at 10. First call now at 1.8. Second call at 1.8 the bid. I'll take your 5 to keep you in it, sir. 1.805, but I'd say 1.820 would be the smart money here. 1,805,000, you facing the race, leaving it to the last minute. At 1,805 the bid, can we say 25 Morgan? At 1.805 is the bid here. 1.825, can we call it? $1,805,000 I've got on my left here. At 1.805 the bid. 25 would be the smart money here. 1.805, can we call it 1.825 now? At $1,805,000. First call now at 1.805. 182, thank you, sir. 182, 183, what do you say? 182 is the bid. 183, can we say? 182 I've got on my right. At $1,820,000 is the bid. 1820 is the bid here. Can we call it 830 now? At 1,820, another 10. To roll the dice for a 10. 30, can we say? Happy to roll in 5s if it helps you, sir. I've got to do my best, but I'm happy to take your 5 if it keeps you in it. 1820 is the bid. 25 will be the reply. I can tell you between 805 and 25 won't make a difference to your mortgage. 1820. 25 would be the reply from here. At 1820, I'm bid on my left. At $1,820,000 a bid. Where to from here, buyers? At $1,820,000. First call now at 1820. Second call at 1,820. Third and final call. All done. At 1,820. 25. One more roll of the dice. Could be the one that gets you in there. As I said, 80% of the people that end up with the highest bid go on to buy the property. Play the odds. 1.820 is a bid. I appreciate your attendance, sir. Thank you very much for coming along. At 1,820, last chance for you all. First call now at 1.820. Second call, 1.820 the bid. Third and final call at 1,820. All done. All silent. At 1,820 the bid. Well, folks, please join me in congratulating the highest bidder. We'll formally pass the property in. $1,820,000 a bid. We'll look forward to negotiating a sale shortly. Thank you very much for your attendance. Have a great day.